Hi everybody, this is the Whisper Corner. I was asked to do a prediction video for Euro 2020 and I thought, no, I can't be bothered because whenever I get everything wrong, people will say, duh, you're stupid. Because, of course, if I got everything right, I wouldn't be here. I'd be a professional gambler. And then in my prediction video for the league last year, that just went terribly. And in my prediction video for the 2018 World Cup, that just went terribly too. So, bearing that in mind, let's start with Group A. Now, a little warning. I haven't written this out tidily. I get a lot of comments saying, God, Kevin, you've got great handwriting, and this video is going to spoil that. This is my normal handwriting, whenever I don't care about how it looks. And to begin with, it's a bit messy because I was changing the way I was writing this down. But you'll see it will get tidy later on. So let's start with Group A and a mess. I'm going 2-1 to Switzerland. Why? Why not? Okay, Group B. Denmark versus Finland in Denmark. 1-0 to Denmark. Belgium versus Russia in Russia. 2-1 to Belgium. And then the order of the games are messed up a bit because instead of Group C, the next match is Group D, just to confuse everybody. So we have England versus Croatia in England. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Controversial. Scotland versus Czech Republic in Scotland. I'm going for a 2-1 win. For some reason, Scotland got all their games at home. Will that suit them? We'll find out. Next up, Group C. Austria versus North Macedonia in Romania. 2-0 to Austria. Netherlands versus Ukraine in the Netherlands. 1-1. Group E. Let's get a wee bit of light going. Not that much light. Oh, you're making it brighter, Kevin. There we go. Is that better? Worse? We'll find out later. Group E. Poland versus Slovakia in Russia. 2-0 to Poland. Spain versus Sweden in Spain. Going 1-0 to Spain. Group F. Group F. Hungary versus Portugal in Hungary. Going 3-1 to Portugal. France versus Germany in Germany. I'm going 3-2 to France. And again, they messed up by having B matches before A matches. In the second run of fixtures, Finland versus Russia in Russia. 2-0 to Russia. Denmark versus Belgium in Denmark. 3-1 to Belgium. Group A, Turkey versus Wales in Azerbaijan. 2-1 to Turkey. Italy versus Switzerland in Italy. 2-0. Group C, Ukraine versus North Macedonia in Romania. Going for a surprise 1-1 draw. Netherlands versus Austria in the Netherlands. 2-1 to the Netherlands. Group D, Croatia versus the Czech Republic in Scotland. 2-0. So of course I've just ruined my sentence saying that Scotland have all their games at home, because England versus Scotland is in England and I'm going for a 3-1 win. And then Group E, Sweden versus Slovakia in Russia, surprising 1-1 draw. And Spain versus Poland in Spain, 2-1 to Spain. Now, bear with me a second, I need to manoeuvre this in such a way that you don't give away my results. Let's see. So, Group F, we have Hungary versus France. I've got in Hungary, gone for 4-0 to France. Portugal versus Germany in Germany, gone for a 2-2 draw. Big ramifications later. Group A again, Italy versus Wales in Italy, 2-0 to Italy. Switzerland versus Turkey in Azerbaijan, 3-1 to Turkey. Group B, Russia versus Denmark in Denmark, gone for a 2-1 win for Denmark. Finland versus Belgium in Russia, gone for a 3-1 win for Belgium. Group C, Ukraine versus Austria in Romania, gone for a 2-1 win to Austria. And North Macedonia versus the Netherlands in the Netherlands, 3-0 to the Netherlands. Group D, Croatia versus Scotland in Scotland, a surprising, exciting last minute winner. Scotland 2, Croatia 1. I don't know what I was doing when I was writing that. Big ramifications. Czech Republic versus England in England, 2-0 to England. Group E, Sweden versus Poland in Russia, gone for a 2-1 win for Sweden. And Slovakia versus Spain in Spain, a crushing 5-0 win for Spain. And then Group F, Group of Death, Portugal versus France in Hungary, Portugal 2, France 4. Mental. Germany versus Hungary in Germany, 5-0 to Germany. So that was the end of that. And then I spent about half an hour totting up all the groups and picking out the first place and second place and the 4 best third place runners up. And this is what we got. Group A was won by Italy, and second place Turkey. Group B was won by Belgium, second place Denmark. Group C was won by the Netherlands, and second place Austria. Group D was won by England, and amazingly, second place went to Scotland. I don't know how I managed that. This was a bit of a mess because I'd already written Croatia in there until I realised that I let Scotland win 2 games. Anyway, Spain won Group E with Sweden in second place. France won Group F with Germany in second place because they have a better head-to-head record. And I went the extra mile because obviously I gave this as a 2-2 draw. So I googled the head-to-head, and actually in FIFA standings, Germany have a better head-to-head with Portugal, so they come second. And then my 4 best third place runners-up, well, it wasn't going to be Ukraine, they only had 2 points, and it wasn't going to be Switzerland because they had 3 points but a crappy goal difference. So that takes us on now to the round of 16. Now, whenever I was doing this, it was along the lines of, I'm not quite sure how I'm making out the third best or the 4 best third place teams. Who do they play? Spoiler alert, only one of them get through, so it doesn't really matter. So, knockout, round of 16. First game, Turkey versus Denmark in Amsterdam. A gone for a Turkey win, 2-1. Game 2, Italy versus Austria in London, 2-0 to Italy. Game 3, Netherlands versus Croatia in Budapest, gone for a 2-1 win for the Netherlands. Game 4, Belgium versus Portugal in Seville, gone for a 3-2 win for Portugal. Belgium's golden generation fails again. What a pity. I'll show 2 at a time. Scotland versus Sweden in Copenhagen, 3-1 to Sweden by Scotland. France versus Poland in Bucharest, 2-0 to France. And then England versus Germany in London. I've gone for a 3-1 win to England because Germany's just bad. And it's coming home, so it is. Spain versus Russia in Glasgow, 2-1 to Spain. Quarterfinals. Let's go slowly. Quarterfinal 1, France versus Sweden in St. Petersburg, 3-1 to France. Quarterfinal 2, Portugal versus Italy in Munich, gone for 3-2 to Italy by Portugal. Mind you don't fall over diving. Quarterfinal 3, Netherlands versus Turkey in Baku, Azerbaijan, gone for a 1-1 draw and the Netherlands to win on penalties. How accurate is that? And then quarterfinal 4, Spain versus England in Rome, 3-1 to England. It's coming home. Oh my god, it's coming home. And then we're on to the semi-finals. Semi-final 1, Italy versus France in London, 3-1 to France. Semi-final 2, England versus the Netherlands in London, 2-0 to England. It's coming home. No, I won't give you a spoiler alert. So then we go to the final, which is England versus France in London. And I've gone to 3-1 to France. It's not coming home. Oh, damn. I really thought I was going to go home. So I've got, as you can clearly see, I've written phrase. So phrase are going to win in the final versus England in London. And it's not coming home. So if you don't agree with me, that's fine. There's no scientific logic to this. It's all guesswork. And if you tell me I'm just wrong, well, duh. If it's all right, I'll be gambling on this, and I will not be putting a penny on any of these matches. So, thanks for watching. Cheery bye, and come on France.